I mean, it all needs a wash, granted, but I'm really not happy with that panel gap. It's a bit wider than I'd like. However, it does kind of, it matches. I'm not very happy with that panel gap. It's a bit tight with that in, but then the bonnet is also, the bonnet's slightly over that way, and I've tried adjusting it, and it kind of doesn't really want to go back the other way. I'm not very happy with that panel gap. That's also quite wide, except again, I think it's because the bonnet's going that way. So if I can make the bonnet fit where I'd like it to fit, then I think I'd be happy with it. This gap I'm appalled with. I mean, it's about the same as the other side, but it doesn't fit down here. There's two reasons for that. One, this wing actually is bent. I hadn't realised I put it back on, so I might try and straighten that out. But also the door, it's got a little kick out on the edge, which I also hadn't noticed, so I might try and tease that back in. I have not continued flatting at the moment. I do need to crack on with that in a minute, but I decided to stick the little embellisher on. This one I kind of ruined getting it off, so I have essentially built up the damage with Sikaflex. I know it looks terrible now, but the joy of that is that when it goes off I can sand it back, and then you won't notice the fact that I mullered it getting it off, and I can just mask it around and blow that over. I'm not too fussed because obviously the wing still needs a load of prep, and that also might need blowing over, and you can see the orange peel in. Oh, it's not orange peel. I mean, that's the surface of the bloody moon, isn't it? It's terrible, as is the roof. So I'll have another go at that. I've been running the looms and various bits and bobs that need to go back in. The light fittings are kind of now back in, and the loom across there. I've Sikaflexed all the way around the roof. Every single seam has been Sikaflexed, so it shouldn't move again. What else have I done? Oh, I replaced the wiper motor. I was keeping that as a spare for mine, because it has no play in it, but alas, you know, I don't use mine every day. This is Dad's daily driver, and that was the wiper motor that was in it. This is quite common on BXs. You can see the amount of slop in that. They all do that, governor. It's completely buggered. So since I had one, I'll keep that because it works, and I'll make a new bushing for it. But this one, oh, and it works. So no play, so that should make the wiper a bit better. Happy days. So it's, you know, it's kind of getting there, maybe. That's still, it's not the bumper I wanted to fit, but it's going on for now just because I've run out of time. The tailgate still needs doing, as does the offside side pod. That piece of trim, which I believe was unique to the Hurricanes, I think the TZ eyes possibly had a similar trim, but they were just grey plastic, not painted. That needs a little bit of repair before it goes back on, but I'm not going to put that back on until the wing is buffed and kind of looks okay. But, you know, it's starting to look a bit like a car again. So the next job, which I'm not going to bother filming because I already did a video on removing the roof cassette and the dash, is oddly enough to remove a roof cassette and a dash from that one. So I'm going to have to unbury it all to put in this. And I'm going to overhaul the roof cassette, which I suspect might be a video on its own. I don't know, I'll see how quick I can rattle through it. And then put the roof cassette in. And then I've got the sound deadening in yonder for the floor. I've got to find some grommets for the ones that are missing. I've got the new stuff for the membrane for the doors, so I can run the wiring looms properly into the doors and actually get them all plumbed up. I need to do the lock on this door, and that's before we get into the hydraulic pump and the injection system and everything else. This wing looks a completely different colour, doesn't it? it isn't. It's just where the lacquer's gone off. And I've not painted the bonnet or that wing. It's just the lacquer's gone really milky. Oh, we must get some pinstripe too. We can replace the pinstripe. All the important shit, kids. So, although it looks terrible, there's not a lot of it left in it, other than trying to make that look less awful. The rest of it is just nuts and bolts, until we get into the hydraulics and whatnot. But, you know, that's almost make a nice change from paint, because I don't paint. So, I'm going to stop waffling and start dismantling that one. Again, I'm making more work for myself, but the looms for the hatch are really... Yeah, look at that is terrible. I know, it's terrible. But anyway, the looms for the hatch are absolutely fucked. I mean, they work, but the rubber's shagged. So, I've been extracting better ones, so I'm going to feed that one in, do the same the other side, and then it's got a decent set of looms for the hatch. So I didn't record overhauling the roof cassette because I hadn't intended to do that. That was yesterday. The Volvo that was the first vehicle featured on this channel was due up yesterday for its sort of, you know, post-shakedown checkover. So we had a bit of a look at that, but I beat him here with it. So I took the opportunity to just rip this apart. Clean all the shit out the cables, re-grease it all, set it all up. The motor's in it. Everything should be set perfectly, but you know, we're going to have a go at chucking this in. I'm going to have a go at chucking this in. I'm without assistance today. Must be said, if you are fitting these alone, it's a lot easier to do when the seats are in it. I should maybe have started from the bottom up, I don't know, because then you can rest the roof cassette on the front seats, which gives you a bit of ability to get yourself in under it and hold it on your head whilst trying to feed some screws in. Alas, I don't have any seats in it. So we're just going to have to muddle through as best we can. So the first thing to do really is to try and get it in nearer where it needs to be, and then we've got to run the rear tubes down the seat pillars. So we'll see how we get on with that. Do this on my own without the seats in it. that's one in. I think it's probably poking out the back. Yeah, you can feel it down there. It's precisely where it should be. So that's one in. Hopefully without a twist. I think it's same twist. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. So now it's just this bastard. Which will also have a twist in it, but hopefully we can get that twist out of it. Well, that was a ball ache. Right. Okay. So after quite a struggle, it's in. Now I am going to tuck the glass in it just to fill the hole, make sure it actually does fit, work and go up and down, and do everything that the glass should do. But I'm going to take it out again, so I'm not going to bother setting it, perfectly to fit the roof because it's coming out again. So I can get some rust converter on there. I mean, it's not in bad shape, but there's a little bit of corrosion in it, so I'll take care of that now. And then it shouldn't be a problem later, but there's a bit of wiring to do at the front, a few bits and bobs to find, but the and all the trim covers and stuff, but it's in, it fits. Yeah, I mean, look, it all winds back and forth really nicely, so I'll try it with the glass in and see how it goes. It's not actually wired in yet, so I can't do it electrically. Oh, it's a bit catchy. It's a little bit. Okay, I might have to slightly adjust the roof. It's just catching on the back edge in the middle, which, to be fair, these things are quite good at. But I mean, yeah, it's just catching there. Look. Just see it catching. However, I mean it fits. Although it's a little bit low at the front. However, it's not quite as low as it looks. Again, I've not set this up, but the seal has. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually curled over and in. You can't get these seals, and this one actually is the best one I've got out of all of them I've got left. But I might try and tease it out a bit when it comes out for the purposes of derustificating it, cleaning it up, painting it, and then I'll set the thing up properly. But it might just want a little bit of a tap there. But I mean, other than that, I know the motor will work. It's brand new, so all things being equal, one working sunroof again. So I've discovered that the door light switch, that one doesn't work. All the rest do, but that one, it do nothing. However, if I can find the button, see what I mean? It's just catching on the back of the roof. That said, of course, the glass might need to come forward slightly on the runners. I haven't actually set it, so it might just want setting up. Yeah, I think it just wants a little bit of a tweak forward. So I just noticed, didn't really do a very good job of washing it, did I? Jesus. So I better do that. But anyway, it's starting to look. I don't know why it didn't have the near side visor in it. I think he took it out because he put the dash cam in it. But you know, I've put one back in because it's right and proper in it. I got slightly diverted from clearing the remains of that sound deadening shite off, and there's quite a lot of crap in here anyway. But I've got to get that off so I can lay some new sound deadening all the way up through. I got slightly diverted by this here. You can't see it, it's gone really dark. So Dad added a loom for the central locking that goes into the alarm somehow. There's wires and shit everywhere. And it ran over the top of the cross member that the seats sit on, and I wasn't very keen on that idea. It also had the earths on that nut there, which actually locates the back of the centre console, and I wasn't very keen on that either. So I've unhooked it all, and I've actually run it through the big hole in the cross member, so that it's not being wedged under a piece of plastic, which I prefer. I've also made use, rather than having the earth on that nut, I've actually just used the actual earth point that's already on the car, which, you know, it's there, you may as well use it in it. So yeah, there's a lot more. There's absolutely no point. Down there is a load of wire, honest. It's gone. I really quite doubt you can't actually see any of it now. But anyway, I might call it a day at that point because it is getting dark now. It took a lot longer than it should have to fit the roof, but you know, it's a lot easier with you know, two pairs of hands. I didn't have that. It is what it is. I'm also a lot happier with the fit of the wings. I'm generally a lot happier with the fit of the front. Annoyingly, I've got to take the bumper back off because I haven't put the bolts that go through the bottom of the wing in, because I wanted to sort of, you know, I wanted to make sure it lined up as best I could make it line up. But now I know where it wants to sit, and I can pull the bumper off, bolt them down both sides. I'm not going to reuse a lot of the original interior because this all just, I mean, even before it came out, so I wasn't too fussed about leaving it over there. It's a bit grimy and weathered, and the back seats have they've gone off in the sun. You know, they've gone sort of grey rather than black. I have a better set of Le Mans, so I'm likely to put the better set in. May as well. The rear doors are now wired, so I've just got to do that membrane thing, and the door cards can go back on. So it's kind of getting there. It's taken too long. All of this has taken too long. Although, I mean, the car's been in here, I think, well, I started taking it apart, I think 8-9 weeks ago. But realistically, I've only really spent kind of 2.5, 3 weeks on it if I was doing it as a job, as opposed to constantly getting pulled away to do other things. So I guess it's not really taken that long. It's too dark to notice how shiny it is. It's also already covered in dust and shite, because that's what this place is like. But so I'm going to pack up, bugger off, have something to eat, and probably get drunk, because why not? So thanks for watching.